Welcome to the Daily Threat, your daily dose of cybersecurity news. Today, we have three important stories to cover, which include a new way to measure the effectiveness of cybersecurity products, a new service that simplifies phishing attacks on Microsoft 365, and the latest Microsoft Patch Tuesday release. Our first story comes from TechCrunch, where they discuss the importance of measuring the effectiveness of cybersecurity products. Product managers are often faced with the challenge of demonstrating the value of their products to potential customers. However, traditional metrics, such as the number of vulnerabilities found or the amount of data blocked, do not always provide an accurate measure of a product's effectiveness. To address this challenge, a new set of metrics has been proposed that takes into account the overall security posture of an organization. The three key metrics are: mean time to detect, MTTD, the average amount of time it takes to detect a security incident; mean time to respond, MTTR, the average amount of time it takes to respond to a security incident; mean time to remediate, MTTR, the average amount of time it takes to fix a security issue once it has been identified. These metrics provide a more comprehensive view of a product's effectiveness and can help product managers better demonstrate the value of their products to potential customers. However, it's important to note that these metrics are not a replacement for traditional metrics, but rather a complement to them. Moving on to our second story, Bleeping Computer reports on a new service called Greatness that simplifies phishing attacks on Microsoft 365. The service allows attackers to create convincing phishing emails that mimic legitimate Microsoft 365 emails, making it easier to trick users into providing sensitive information such as passwords. The service also provides a user-friendly interface that makes it easy for attackers to create custom phishing campaigns. Once the campaign is launched, the service provides detailed analytics on the success of the attack, allowing attackers to refine their tactics for future attacks. This service is a clear threat to businesses that use Microsoft 365, as it can easily bypass traditional email security measures. It's important for businesses to train their employees on how to identify and report phishing emails and to implement multi-factor authentication to prevent attackers from accessing sensitive information. Finally, we have the latest Microsoft Patch Tuesday release, as reported by Krebs on Security. This month's release includes fixes for 73 vulnerabilities, including 13 critical vulnerabilities that could allow attackers to take control of affected systems. One particularly notable vulnerability is a remote code execution vulnerability in Microsoft's remote desktop services. This vulnerability allows attackers to execute arbitrary code on affected systems, potentially giving them complete control over the system. It's important for businesses to apply these patches as soon as possible to protect their systems from potential attacks. In addition, businesses should consider implementing a vulnerability management program to proactively identify and address vulnerabilities before they can be exploited by attackers. In conclusion, today's episode of the Daily Threat highlights the importance of measuring the effectiveness of cybersecurity products, the threat posed by the Greatness service for Microsoft 365, and the critical vulnerabilities addressed in this month's Microsoft Patch Tuesday release. It's important for businesses to stay vigilant and implement best practices to protect their systems and data. Don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Threat for daily cybersecurity news, and remember that the Daily Threat has been brought to you by QIT Solutions.